Okay, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I actually thought this was gonna be tomorrow night, but apparently my source was wrong for once. We have the legendary trailer for Fire Emblem Heroes tonight, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm a little bit late to the party, not like super late, but maybe about like an hour late, a little less. Okay, so we have here legendary Guinevere. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, certainly she's not a particularly deserving hero to be a legendary, to be honest. Like, is she's probably more important to the story of FE6 than Fa was, but like, I mean, coming off of legendary Hinoka, I don't know. Like, what they're really starting to run out of choices for these legendary heroes, and yet we still don't have Athos. I don't understand why. Very good artwork though. And oh, is she wearing Homeboy's cape there? Her brother? What's his name again? Zephiel? What? Why is that Zephiel's cape? All right, whatever. She is a water defense hero with the pair up feature. She is a colorless tome, and she's infantry type. Now, base Guinevere was like one of the best mages ever upon release. So I'm expecting some good things here. Radiant Areola. Again, they couldn't give like legendary. All this had to be was just legendary Athos with this exact same weapon, and everyone would have been fine with it. All right, 14 might, 2 range, effective against Tome. Very good. That's something that Guinevere has always been doing. -1 special trigger. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Deals damage equal to 20% of units res. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 20% of units res. Okay, that's a true DR effect like Asker has, but it's doing res instead of defense, so that's good. Inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on the foe per attack. And disables foes' effects that calculate damage using the lower of foes' defense or res. Alright, so nullifies adaptive damage and guard as well. Pretty solid overall, but I feel like it could do like maybe like one more offensive effect, I think. Like true damage based on res would have been a little better than guard and adaptive damage nullification. Alright, we have Iceberg, speed and res finish, null C. Oh shit. Null C disrupt 4? Inflicts attack and speed -4 on the foe. Neutralizes effects that prevent units' counterattacks and reduce damage from foes' first attacks by 30% during combat. Okay, there's no check whatsoever on that DR effect, so that's actually really quite good. Yeah, dude, Null C Disrupt 4, that's pretty good. You're doing, first of all, some stat drops, which Null C Disrupt never did, so even in the event that you're not fighting a Fire Sweep or Dazzling Staff opponent, you're still getting some mileage out of this, which is already the main problem with original Null C Disrupt, where it's only like a gamble. It only does something if you're fighting Fire Sweep enemies. But if you're not, you're just not getting anything out of the skill. But here, that's not the case. So this is just automatically really quite good. Alright, then we have Burns' New Way as her C skill. Restores 7 HP to allies in 3 spaces a unit after combat. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit during combat. Grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack and recovers 7 HP to unit after combat. Kinda underpowered, to be honest, like compared to all the new C... Like, compare this to Hinoka's C skill, for example. And tell me which one you think is better. Giving the whole team charge and +1 special trigger or passive healing after combat. I don't know about that, man. I'm not really too impressed with this Guinevere. I was actually hoping for a little better from her. But she's still... she seems pretty solid, just not, like, breaking the mold in any way. Oh, did we get a glimpse of her stats there? Let me just quickly double back. Nah, it doesn't look like we did. 6 damage from Thrassir. Pretty nice. Although Thrassir isn't necessarily like the most common unit, I would say. Alright, let's see. Who else is on this banner? Maybe they can save it. Alright, so this is going to be our legendary banner for this month. On colorless, we have Guinivere, of course. She is accompanied by Fomortis and also Asker. So that's an okay pool. I really think Guinivere is only going to amount to Null Sea Disrupt 4 fodder, I think. Kind of like Legendary Fa again, where she was a skill fodder for that distant counter and res up 5 skill. That's basically the same thing Guinivere is going to be. Okay, on blue we have Joffrey, we have Chloe, and we have Uller. Okay, Uller. Then on red we've got Alir. Alir is pretty solid fodder as well. She has like a whole bunch of Godsword skills, but I feel like she got outdone by Fallen Byleth, where Byleth's ace skill is just like outrageous compared to Alir's ace skill, but that's neither here nor there. Red also has Legendary Yuri for Hexblade fodder, which is cool, and then we have Legendary Veronica, who's just really good to use. So red is actually looking really good. Then on green we have is that Hell or is that Ganglot? I think that's Hell. Okay, so we have Hell, we have Hater, and then we have Legendary Xander. And then finally on... Wait, is that every color? I got red, blue, green, and colorless, right? So, okay, that's every color there. Your boy is tripping a little bit. So, best color actually is red here. Yeah, for real. Like, red has good fodder. It has a really good unit. Actually, is Veronica the best unit on this banner? She probably is, right? It's like between Veronica, Asker, and Fomortis, I would say. Like, who is the best unit? I would probably give it to Veronica here. Yeah, that's basically all there is to say about this. This is a skip, by the way, unless you really want that fodder from Guinevere to give to a rearmed hero. Because Null Sea Disrupt, what was the restriction on Null Sea Disrupt? I think it was only for infantry types. So, man, that competition is actually pretty stiff. Now, what they could have did to make this, like, better... Why not just make her C-skill grant passive Null Sea Disrupt to allies in 2 spaces? Like, you know how busted that actually would have been? That would have been ridiculous if she did that instead of what she does. Like, okay, so Burns New Way at the start of turn, allies within 2 spaces and unit just get Null Sea Disrupt, and then maybe some other effect as well. That would have been the tits. Because all of a sudden you're saying, like, every armored unit can now have Null Sea Disrupt. Whoever else you want to give Null Sea... Like, Fallen Byleth with passive Null Sea Disrupt, and then you just keep her base kit. That would have been absurd if she did that. And that would have been in line with Legendary Hinoka, I would say. That would have made her actually able to compete. But nah, this ain't it, bro. I don't know how they dropped the ball so hard on Guinevere here, but... I guess it is what it is. Her defense is probably not going to be the greatest, so even though she's getting true DR based on res, it's not really easy to say how much that's going to amount to here. But, of course, in a mage versus mage battle, I can't imagine her losing, because she's got effective damage on tomes, and then she's going to have a boatload of res. She's got the true DR based on res. She's got Null Sea Disrupt, so they can't use Fire Sweep or anything like that, so... Giving the middle finger to staff units and Legendary Veronica there and all those other range units that try to abuse that. So, yeah, I mean, if you want a mage killer for some reason or you want this fodder, I guess go for this banner. But I'm going to have to say this is a skip, guys. And this is one of the big problems I have with the game right now is I've got like 800 orbs at the moment and nothing to spend it on. Because the banners just suck. They never give us good banners. I'm looking for a banner with, like, really good rates with rearmed heroes. Not color sharing, preferably. So maybe, like, a Hero Fest banner that has 4 rearmed heroes. So give me a banner with rearmed Ophelia, rearmed Tana, like, rearmed, who was the Lance one? Not Alfred, the Lance one that we had after. I think it was Ingrid. Yeah, give me her. She's got guard bearing 4 and then like some I guess Ganglot is the only green one, so probably her to round out a Hero Fest. But that's what I'm looking for, man. It's about to be Tanabata for Japan. They're having this Tanabata celebration, so we don't really get Hero Fest for that. Usually the one time we'll get a Hero Fest banner is for Golden Week, but I mean, it would be nice, right, to actually get a good banner for once. All right, guys, that's all for tonight. So this is your boy signing out. And I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.